Hello, we are going live on YouTube. This is our March 27th, 2025. This is the end of quarter one. Have you had a fantastic quarter one? Well, that is the goal here. And sharing free business tips that you can be using to get a whole lot of amazing results in your business and life. I'm Ren Roberts, and I love to talk about financial freedom. So, what is that? Where can we get more money without having to trade our time for dollars?
This
And
is
I
our
like
March
to be doing
27th,
that
2020.
in, sorry, YouTube doubled that. So we are live now. So our financial freedom. So where do we get to have this in our business and be able to have more leads come in rather effortlessly, or when they come in, now they can just cut through, like they say, a hot knife through butter and go and buy with you, see your expertise online. I also have an amazing client and friend, an amazing business coach and colleague and mentor herself, one of our grad students here at Financial Freedom Joy, Sharon North Pole, our zesty queen. I'm going to spotlight you. Here we go. And so fun. I brought you up today just to share a little bit about your zest. And this is an amazing business tip that you learned from like one of the godfathers of business himself. And just want to also share a big congratulations to you. You have online businesses and you have in-person business experience, nonprofit business experience, like lifelong entrepreneur. And one of the best things you did recently was it 2 weeks that your client, you took an idea that she had had with no business experience, and you and her had a sold out event for your client, like in 2 weeks' time. Is that right?
It is. It was a Craft and Connect event where we built crafts and had a little meet and greet with other women. So it was like an upgraded meet and greet with it involved actually creating a craft.
That
So
is
she loved to craft, and I helped her create the idea, get her business cards done, get her website done, and market it. And it was a big success. And now she's got to figure out all the system to market the next one.
Gotcha. Well, that's perfect that we're talking about today, so you can share this link with her too. So, congratulations to you and your client and everything that you're doing. And you
Thank
wanted to
you.
share some amazing mindset tips because that's one of the things you bring as a zesty coach over here. And
Yeah.
what are those cute animals you have?
Well, this is really I'm not the originator of this little game or this story or this learning. It's Russell Brunson, the famous digital marketer. But I have a little jungle here, and Russell taught me this. So I have these animals, and what are these animals about, and why do they make any difference to you with your business coaching or your business event? Well, because we're all selling something, and understanding ourselves and understanding our clients is the key to being more successful in our lives and being more successful in our sales. And so that's what these animals are representing. So if you've ever tried to meditate, you're familiar with the monkey mind, as Buddha called it, the monkey mind, the mind that just has all the chatter. And these two little monkeys are representing the monkey mind. This little monkey is logic. Oh, should I do that or should I not do that? Is that going to work for me? Is that the right answer? What should I do? And this one was, I don't feel like it. I do feel like it. So this is the emotion monkey, and this is the logic monkey. And they're the consciousness monkeys. They're in our conscious mind. And they are the ones that have all the chatter back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And these monkeys argue. I feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it. It doesn't make any sense. I need more information, all that chatter. And then deep in our mind is what some people call the lizard mind. And they call it the lizard mind because it's the ancient part of our brain, the part that developed as we evolved early on. And it's kind of what lizards have. And this is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, the biggest lizard. And it's really deep in the back of our mind. It's a small little part of our brain, but it's called the amygdala. It's a funny word, and it's the fight and flight part of our brain. It's the part that keeps all the emotion, all the trauma, and can create kind of a hijack where we end up reacting from things. So you've got this guy back here, the lizard brain, that you aren't always aware of and that might be reacting and just reacting from trauma in the past. So then you got the lizard mind. So you've got these conscious people or the monkey brain up here arguing with yourself, this brain, that brain, arguing, 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 arguing. But they're really not in charge. And they're not in charge of our opinions, and they're not really in charge of what's directing us. Who's in charge is this guy. This is our subconscious mind, and he's way bigger and more powerful than our conscious mind. So this is our subconscious mind, and this is the mind that actually makes the decisions. It's the one that we aren't really aware of, but that is in pretty much in charge of how we're going to react, what we're going to buy, what we're going to do. It's the subconscious. And an interesting fact I learned is while these guys are up here arguing, the conscious mind, should I, shouldn't I, do I do this, do I do that, do I have enough information, how do I feel, what do I think I should do? The subconscious actually makes a decision 7 seconds before these conscious monkeys make their decision. So when we're working in sales and we're working with people, our mate, our children, whoever we're looking to influence, our subconscious mind is going to be the driving force. So part of understanding sales is understanding the subconscious mind, the part of the mind that's going to make those decisions. So these little animals were pretty interesting to give it a visual of the monkey brain, the conscious mind, and the big driver, which is the elephant, that is the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is something that we can change. And it takes a conscious effort. This is where some of the meditation or affirmations or gratitudes or forgiveness, those things help change our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is kind of like if you were driving a Jeep in the jungle and it was muddy and you kept driving the same path, the same path, the same path all the time, it would become deep. And the next time you drove your Jeep down that muddy path, it couldn't go anywhere but in the ruts because it's just stuck in the ruts. And that's kind of how our subconscious mind is if we keep telling it the same thing all the time, I'm not good enough, I can't do it. It's where the self-talk lives. And if we keep reinforcing negative mindset, then we create literally physical tracks into our brain of negativity. So to change the subconscious mind in ourselves and to be aware of the subconscious mind in our clients, our friends, our family, our mates, our children, is understanding how the subconscious mind works is a big piece of understanding ourselves, our humanity, and the rest of the people in the world, because they all have this subconscious elephant that's pretty much driving the bus. And if he's not driving the bus, then these guys are busy arguing while the subconscious is the one that's really making the decision. So the way you make a more positive subconscious, I'm sorry, not a self-conscious, is to make the subconscious less self-conscious, is to do affirmations, do gratitudes, do forgiveness. And those are the elements to rewiring your brain, rewiring how you think, rewiring yourself for positivity. And those are what Anthony Robbins or Tony Robbins says are change your state. Change the way you think, change the way you talk to yourself, change how you view your world. And changing the subconscious mind takes conscious effort, but the effort is about being quiet, just sitting, meditating, thinking about nothing, really, just relaxing and let it flow. You can do it through affirmations, saying wonderful things to yourself, do it through forgiveness. And these are some of the things that the big abundance people, the secret people, the ones that talk about how to manifest, it is in new, building new pathways, building new neuro pathways into your subconscious. So that's all I have to say. And this really came from Russell. And I really enjoyed his seminar. I was there for 3 days. I learned a ton. And this little visual really helped me understand all these guys and what part this lizard brain uh, has in the whole scheme of things. And that really hard word to say is amygdala. I have to really think about it. The amygdala, the lizard brain that reacts, that goes crazy when you don't even know why it's going crazy. It's the one that drives road rage. It's the one that drives putting your fist through the wall. It's the one that drives erratic behavior that you maybe don't even know why it's happening. If you've ever had a reactive partner, you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe you've reacted. So kind of when the reaction is bigger than the infraction, you can pretty much think that this guy's at work. So that's all I have to say. Thanks, Ren.
I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have any
Let's
thoughts, Ren, about that whole scene?
Oh my gosh, they're wonderful scenes. Also, I'm just seeing, hold on one moment. I'm watching our live chat. Okay, they're perfect. I was making sure the spotlight was catching up. There's like a delay in those things. So I just love how you did it. So, one, describing it, the subconscious mind, it really is the driver. And we've been schooled in Bob Proctor. So it's like he has that visual of where that subconscious, there you go, our elephant is doing that. And we have a visual actually coming up, ironically, in today's slides about how it is what we believe as like what we think, so that little monkey chatter, and then that's what we believe is the elephant, and then this is the other step, it's the doing, it's the result, it's the physical, like, so whatever is going on with those monkeys, the lizard if it gets activated, and the elephant, all of that is going on inside you, and that's what creates the vibration or the doing, the action that creates the actual result in the reality or in our business, in our life. So it's like those, all of those are going on. And how then is that showing up? And that's where I'm like, I like to say, like, I can teach you how to click a button or highlight something on the computer. Though, if your thought is saying it doesn't work for me or I'm never good enough, like this is that monkey mind chatter or the belief that you're not good enough is gonna actually influence the action. So, like, even if you highlight it and it looks just like somebody else's, you can get a different result. And I think that's where you bring out so nicely with those stuffed animals of like, this is what's going on. And then that's what creates everything around us.
Yeah, and it's about understanding ourself. And once we understand how it works in our own mind, we then can be more effective in influencing. As a person in business, we are influencers. We're looking to influence others. We're looking to influence them to buy our stuff. And a lot of us are looking to influence them to be better in their own lives. So a lot of us that are passion driven are looking to help others. And part of helping others is understanding how how this jungle, the jungle of our mind, and especially this guy, the reactor, how that all works and how we can help other people that are in business, that are looking to grow their business and grow their personal self-worth and their mindset. Is understanding how this jungle works is really powerful. It's powerful for you in helping others and in helping yourself.
Yeah. Well, you brought out a very interesting point earlier when you were sharing those things, and that's why I'm like, oh, bring it here, please share it with us. Um, though on how like realizing this is what's going through your customer's mind, like, and it depends on what you're selling, like, and that's as you're alluding to, it's like the transformation, and when someone's going to go through something, like they're having that fear talk come up. they're having all that. So realizing that you're dealing with humans that have this Tyrannosaurus stomping around their mind, saying, what if it won't work? It won't work for me. It's too much money. Like, whatever it might be, it's too hard. I don't want to do it. All of those are reactions and triggered. And, you alluded to, like, there's something that happened in a childhood maybe, or a something that left the impression, and that's all that T-Rex remembers is the negative emotion, and it takes a complete snapshot of it, and that's the memory bank that this poor T-Rex operates on. Completely fear-based memories.
It's pretty fascinating, really, because if we've ever had a situation where we have a significant other or a family member that's extremely reactive, then or us, yourself. So it's about self-awareness. It's easier to see it in somebody else. It's easier to see it in the guy driving down the road that's flipping you off and that's screaming at you. It's always easier to see it in somebody else. It's harder to see it in ourselves. Jung, the famous psychologist, called it the shadow. So this place in our brain is what creates that shadow or the dark image within ourselves. So it's a more deep way of thinking about that lizard brain. It's what creates and holds the shadow, the dark parts of ourself that we don't even know about or see, and that then reacts. So we react to things that we aren't even realizing why we're reacting to them. And that's what Jung called our shadow, the part of us that we can see in others easier than we can see in ourselves. And so if your customer or your client or your partner or your child is always reacting from that part of their psyche, it's difficult to get anything done because they're very reactive. And those kinds of reactions we need to have some empathy for, because they always track back to something that we don't know about, something that they don't know about. So it's good to realize and understand the psyche of humans that we deal with, because we're all humans. None of us are perfect, and we all have that lizard. It's fight or flight. It's how we survived. So that lizard is there to keep us alive. And if that lizard had a trauma early on that's settled in there and the memory never goes away, and all that's left now is the reaction, it's reacting because it thinks that the fear is real, even though the fear might not be real. It's reacting from an old memory, from an old time, from an old place. So be gentle with people that have those reactions and understand that something somewhere happened.
Through that, just love. And I'm like, hey, we both know good tools and solutions for managing our own reptiles. And like you were mentioning the Jeep ruts, like there's ways, like, yes, these are patterns. And, Sharon was mentioning the affirmations and gratitude, forgiveness, all of that is ways to alter those ruts and to alleviate those reactions. And that's really, I guess, in a nutshell, of personal growth and development. Like, it's a huge part of coming to terms and managing emotions and reactions.
Absolutely. And if you are, well, we're all selling something sometime to someone. If, ever since you were 4, you were selling something to someone. You were selling your dad on you wanted a new bike. Or
Yeah.
when you turned 16, you were selling your dad on you were able to drive the car. So we've all been selling our whole life. And people say, I hate sales. No, you don't hate sales. You have an opinion that you hate sales. But really, sales are what you do. It's how you sell your mate on bringing you flowers. It's how you sell your friends on showing up to meet you at an event. We're always selling something. So sales has a bad rap. But without sales, commerce wouldn't move. So I say don't have a bad attitude or a bad feeling about sales, about being salesy. It's about understanding human nature and that we all buy, and therefore we all interact with sales. So it's hard when you've got a product that you need to sell and you don't want to be salesy and you don't want to be pushy. So part of that is understanding these guys. Because once you understand your person, you can speak to them in a way that quiets the monkey brain, settles down the lizard, and understands and speaks to the subconscious. So, those are really life tools for ourselves and for sales. And sales is just convincing someone to do something or
And hopefully
sharing
for their
something
best interest. At
in their
least
best
start with.
interest. Yeah. And if we have a like I'm a life coach. So I have to sell somebody the idea that they need a life coach. But really I'm not selling life coaching. I'm selling transformation. I'm selling what they want to be, what they want to have in their life. So thinking of selling somebody on this, I am providing someone with something that they really want, that they desire, that they want that change. So I am a service provider, not really a salesperson. So it's how you think of sales. You can call it sales because sales is, like I said, what we've been doing since we were little, which is getting someone to do something. But when we're in the kinds of businesses that a lot of us are, some kind of coaching business or some kind of transformational business, we're providing a service to get people with our vehicle to where they want to go.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you for those gems. And then to like plug it in a little bit, maybe on your experience with financial freedom and joy, though, looking at where we do all of this stuff with the brain and then we tie into the words that people are using and then we can make it bigger. I know one of the things we've worked on is how do you get more leads and effortlessly coming to you without always having to chase or spend money on ads and things like that. So it's like, using all that psychology that we know and are using or motivating. And now, how do we do that for an online presence?
Well, it's understanding the human psyche that allows you to create an offer that speaks more to your avatar, to what it is they want. So when people are looking for you, you're not chasing them. They're coming to you, and they're coming to you because you understand them. Do you get me? Yes, I get you. Do you understand me? Yes, I understand you. So to have more financial freedom and joy, it's finding the road, the pathway to understanding your people so that they're seeking you rather than you chasing them.
Ooh, that's a great way to do it. And having that authority, and people see you in the field and are like, boom, you're the one that I want to work with. And how do they find you, Sharon, if you're the one they want to work with on personal growth, being zesty, especially I know you love working with women over 50, and then whether they have like a business dream or a passion, a purpose, you're just like, let's have that health for wealth zest. Like, I love what your brand stands for.
Well, my brand is Zesty Change, and you can find me all over by searching for Zesty Change. It's my brand, it's my website, it's my belief that we all need a little bit more zest in our life and we need to change whatever's not zesty. And it's also my brand on Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn, it's everywhere. So you can find me if you it's Zest, Zesty change. And what people go, well, what is zest? Look it up in the dictionary. It's got more meanings than you can imagine. It's effervescence. It's actually the zest, the peel of a lemon, but that's only one of the definitions. The rest of them are all positive. Effervescent, full of life, energetic, lively, alive. I love the term zest for life. That means having enthusiasm, excitement. So it's a word that not everybody's familiar with other than the zest of a lemon. But if you look it up, it's got about 20 different words that really identify having zest. So I look at zest as that internal spark that we're all born with, that it's our soul. We have a zesty soul. And what happens through a lot of life is sometimes our lizard gets activated, and sometimes our zest gets diminished, and especially in women over 50. So they are in a transition. They've transitioned out of jobs, they've transitioned out of maybe a marriage, a divorce, lost their parents, empty nest. They're in a transition. They want to figure out what's next. So I'm the what's next coach for how to reactivate your zest. So that's kind of how to find me. And I'd love to chat with you if you want to have more zest in your life.
Congratulations. Well, thank you for popping in there. And it's always great to see you and see what you're up to. And I just have to also give kudos. Like, you are one of the fastest implementers. And also, you have a team, you have magic and support system, and you make it happen in your 70s. And I'm not giving that away because it's loud and proud on your website. And you're like, you're the best big sister energy and model. Like, I'm so grateful to have you in my world as well.
Well, it's late for me, you guys, and if I didn't really love Ren and all of her concepts and hadn't learned so much from her, and she's really helped me. So my little advertisement for Ren is she's been amazing with me in helping me swamp through the things that I had that lizard saying I'm not good enough, I don't know where the button is, I don't know how to do this. She's been great and very generous in helping, teaching, and implementing a bunch of the pieces of my business, of my website, of my offers, and just helping me navigate through tech. So if you are looking for some tech help, she's great. And if you're looking for financial freedom, all that tech is how you're going to get there, by that stuff all working. So she's really helped me a lot with that. And she's really patient, even if you are over 50 or over 60, or in my case, over 70.
Oh, thank you. Well, such a pleasure and a blessing. I'm so glad you're in my world. And that's one of the fun things about taking this course and program. It's lifetime. So I love it when my grads pop in and they're like, hey, I'm working on this new thing. So come backstage, get your cues. I've got more grad students back here. And it's just so fun to feature you and celebrate you and hear all the amazing stuff that you're up to. And I'm just, like I said, blessed to know you. So thank you for everything. And I have to say, our method together, we're playing around with this shedding process, and I have released quite a number of weight nicely rapidly because I like faster results too. So I just have to say, like, that's been something really cool we've been doing the past 2 months. And I'm like, ooh, Sharon, this is gold. So I'm excited. So ask Sharon what her amazing methods are because they are really working in that shedding department.
Yeah, so I work in the health is wealth kind of formula, where I believe that if you're healthy, you can run your business more effectively. So I recently have helped some women with both their mindset and their business. So I've realized that they are really intrinsically connected. So that's my health is wealth concept, where I help you holistically manage your weight and your health, and your wealth is part of what I help you in building out your business. And I've been building businesses now for longer than a lot of you have even been born. So it's been a long haul, and I've been gaining and losing weight just about as long.
Gotcha. And now you're like, oh, you've got it rocking. Like, oh my gosh. And I just appreciate all the wisdom that I've gleaned from you. And thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Ran. It's past my bedtime. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm going to sign off. And thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah. Thank you for popping in. Have a great one.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay. As I check our live stream. Oh, hello, Dr. Doreen. Great to see you. Let's see. Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay. So I'm watching this one. So wonderful to have you. So yes, say hello. Okay, perfect. It looks like I am spotlighted. Wanted to always make sure. So some other goody things that I wanted to show you. We've got a few fun things. So I just want to make sure we are screen sharing properly. Okay. Da-da-da. Perfecto. Okay, friends. So this is just some good tidbits in there, and I'm so happy that Sharon was able to pop on and say hello. It's just been wonderful working with her, helping sort out the technology, and going for really this thing of financial freedom and joy. Because that I find is what motivates a lot of entrepreneurs to want to have a business. So, like, you can even pop in the chat if you're watching, live on a replay. Like most of us, we want more passive income. How can we get more money coming in without always having to work so hard? So, unsure of how to really get out of trading time for dollars? Those are the things that we love to talk about. So, and if you're in my world, it's we usually like to do that with our own business. We can definitely have passive income coming in from investments, maybe real estate or stocks or interest loving kind of things and investments. Though, at least for myself, there's something amazing about creating it ourselves and also having that own economy that, hey, I have an idea. I can share my gifts and I get paid for it. And it's very independent of what else is going on in the world. So, sending love to our world, and the more that we can have control of our own income coming in, that is the goal, friends. And also, as I learned, well, really the hard way in some of my first businesses, I could make money, though I lacked the true joy to enjoy it. I didn't have the time, the resources, the health. Those things were suffering in so I could make money. And so, really focusing on that joy, where do we create that? And we love to have more time freedom, the peace of mind to enjoy it, and the money to fund the bill at that. So, let's talk about some more ways to get more passive income. And knowing that you can do it. So, this thriving business that you love with plenty of money, time, freedom, and joy. And so, how do I know that you can do it? Well, this is some of the things that we're going to be looking at. And to quantify it about passive income in our day and age, we are looking at income coming in your inbox. So, one of the first things that I like to help people with is, our inboxes overflowing? Well, if we want more money coming in, we need to let our nervous system know, yes, we are going to be just fine getting more emails, because a lot of times it's not just one email, it's a notification of a sale, then a notification of the payment, maybe a deposit of the payment or a transfer. Like, all of these are different emails. And bless the emails, though, also that's what we want to ideally be seeing, is all of the forms of passive income. And I can be out like these pictures. I'm out ATVing with my kids in the national parks, and my business is running itself. I have a virtual assistant who runs one of my businesses. And like, all of that can just go on behind the scenes. And I just get money. That happened literally this week. I have some screenshots of things. Like, I'm not doing anything. I log in to my email in the morning and boom, there was a payment. I'm like, hey, and someone else got to handle all of that. So that's where, if it's possible for me, just the big thing is letting you know that it exists, and where can you take your existing work, content, things you're already done or do, and just make some little tweaks and start to make those passive income and money streams for yourselves. So these things, as we start to shift this is a whole talk that I do at a different time, about having our money and our passive income. Though the big thing to really look at is, what is this active income money that you are trading time for dollars? And maybe it's just getting more passive sales. You're not having to work so hard to make the sale, even if you're actually fulfilling it yourself. Or other ways of just having people come in and buy. Maybe it's a template or some work that you've already done, and you don't actually have to do anything. So there's just different ways. And as we look at it, it's something that you can say, hey, I want that. And you can steer your boat in that direction. And that's about optimizing your business. So, all of these different things. The other thing that I will mention a little bit right now is about the free resources. So, financial freedom That definition from Mr. Robert Kiyosaki over there is about having your passive income, money you're not having to trade time for dollars, it's just coming in. So exceed your expenses. That can be just business expenses, or it can be our, income producing expenses like for business and or for personal. So how can you have the income, have those needs met without having to do anything? That means you're, quote, out of the rat race. So that is my goal for every one of my students and you as well. It's like, how can we have that come in? And that's the true financial freedom. Your needs are met. Everything else is gravy. And I have to say, it's a huge blessing and something that I hope all of you get to experience and create. So, this cash flow idea. If you haven't really been introduced to it, I love the financial book Rich Dad Poor Dad. And just as this graphic is just to realize that the left side and the right side are the only two ways to make money. You either have people at work that create money or get paid for it, or you have money at work, or that's the systems or assets creating it. So these are the ways, and I was guilty of this as a business owner. I thought that, or well, my name said business owner, so I thought I was the business owner and I knew this cash flow quadrant. I missed the fact that I was self-employed. That I had set up my first business to only pay me if I worked. And that was the default, that setting. We talked earlier in here, on mindset and our thought programming. So my thought programming, without even thinking about it, paid me to work, and it didn't pay me when I wasn't working, even though I knew these principles. So that's the part of this financial freedom and joy, is making this leap. How do we shift also, not just the mindset, though the technology in our business to be able to shift us so we're being what works for you. Or doing all the fulfillment. Maybe you're a coach and hey, you are going to be working on that. Well, it's how much of it can be done without you. Are you number one on Google getting free leads that don't matter what's going on with the economy? People are just finding you. Well, those are systems that can work for you and generate those leads. And that's what more I'll be talking today about, ranking for that. So, mindset in here, I'm possible, you're possible. So, these same words, different formatting makes all the difference. So, that's the things that we're talking about, is most of it you've been doing or technology that you've learned, and what are the different ways that we can tweak it and have these different results. And it is possible for you and your business. And why can I make this claim? Well, a really quick about me, I'm Lauren, I go by Ren, and I've definitely been seeking that joy and freedom my whole life. I love animals, I love business, I love nature. And I always thought that I was going to be an animal trainer when I was a kid. Like, they're like, oh, you love animals, you need to be a dolphin trainer or a zookeeper. And those were all jobs. And at 15, I had this spark. I went to actually a Jim Rohn seminar. He was like the mentor to Tony Robbins. Blew my mind as a 15-year-old. And I was like, I want these goals. And I saw business as the step ladder to do that. So instead of, working in the zoo, I owned the zoo. And I got my dream of having every single type of animal that I ever wanted, and some I didn't really want. Though I had over 500 animals, and the business did super well, super fast. This is 4 years into the business, probably more like 3.5 years. And this is my living room. So I was able to afford an amazing 2-acre place in Los Angeles with a beautiful view, have staff there, have 2 full-time zookeepers, and was literally living my dream. And the only thing that I missed, like I said, was actually paying myself. So that's why I'm big on passive income. So how can we do things differently to have some better results? And that's what I do now, is working, and I found my mission and purpose. I love teaching other people. So how do I now have, or I have businesses that are doing things more online, and then being able to teach others how to do that as well. So that is a little bit about what we're going to do and talk about today. around our income. So here's just a visual, and I also love to host cash flow games. I'm actually meeting one of my grad students in person. We're going to be playing together this month. So yeah, if you're in the Los Angeles area, let us know. We'd love to play cash flow. And in Hawaii too, I've hosted in both of those areas. So anyway, back to our financial freedom. The goal is, and as we learn in here, playing this game, is that the high income, what we're looking for, it's people who generate their own income from assets. As business owners, how can we turn our business, our knowledge, our life's work into assets? And so, like one of my grad students, she's here backstage, like it's all these amazing ideas that she has. And it's like taking all of those things that she can create and then turning them into assets and having these more passive sales. And so it's just everything that you want. Where are we creating it, utilizing it, and optimizing it? That's the fun part. And then having those assets that we actually create ourselves. And I have to say, most of the business minded people I know, they have more than one interest, they're more than one hobby and desire. And so it's just utilizing all of that online and getting that tech to do a lot of the hard stuff for us. So great time to be alive with all of this. We talked a little bit. I had my guest and grad student Sharon North Pole came in and gave an amazing demonstration of what goes on in our mind, that monkey mind, our reptile mind, our subconscious. So this is from the late and great Bob Proctor, just this visual of what we think is generating what we believe. And that's the doing, which equals, we go into the technology, and I can show you about how to rank online. It will be anything, friends, if the thoughts and the beliefs are not aligning with the action steps. So just so part of wonderful inner work, which we love to do as well. Though if you've never seen that image, that's something like, please see it, screenshot it, keep that. It is so phenomenal to be seeing and understanding how we as humans work. And also make sure, and you can go back and watch Sharon's thing of actually those conversations that are going in, and realizing it's not just in your mind. Oh, it's with our clients' mind, especially us in the transformation realm. Oh my gosh, that can be challenging for people. Consider the thoughts. If you're thinking things while you're doing tech things, like you're not good enough or it's not going to work for you, completely different outcome than when you do have that. Okay, so why are we leading all of this? Well, we're going to be talking about ranking things. So it's just one of the systems. So all of this messy system. So put it in here, work on it one at one. And what we're going to do is talk about how we get to have more of this so we work smarter, not harder. My big things that I love, batching tasks. So as we go into content today, what are things like sitting down to do content? If you're going to be sitting here doing the things that I'm teaching about ranking, do it all at the same time. Don't be scattering back and forth. Use our Google stuff, use Google Docs, Gmail, Google Chrome, and I love Google Gemini for AI. So these are things and tools that you can be using and utilizing to make things go a whole lot smoother. And VAs, virtual assistants, if you're not using them, let's have a conversation to nudge you gently in that direction, because it's the mindset shift. If you go hire someone for even 1 hour a month, it will completely start to change your mindset around our delegation. And that's the shift from being that self employed working for money to actually having that system. So trust me, it's the best hour that you could ever spend. And chances are you'll want more than 1 hour. Okay. So the big thing, another time saving, is we want to be bookmarking things. So as you learn things, bookmark them, save your time. And now we're going to be going into our ranking. So things that you like, make sure that you bookmark those things that you're learning. So for our SEO, the first thing that you want to do is always open an incognito search. So this is, anytime you do research, do this incognito or a private window in some browsers. And what it is it's not going to filter. So the search engines, if you're searching things, there's a good chance at some point you were on your own website. And so if you go and you do a search for yourself, it's going to show you your own website, and you're going to think, yeah, I'm doing really great. And it can be completely false because it's only showing it to you because you've been on that website and you're one of the only people in the world that have been on that website. So it's not going to show it to others. So that's a huge thing you want to look for. So it's incognito. So this was one of the searches that I did for my party business. You can see we're ranking here number 3 incognito, which is pretty good. And like this is the behind the scenes, like happy though embarrassing, is that this is done on a blog post that I did back in about 2017, 2018. So that was the work. We talk about passive things. So as I'm nudging all of our grad students and students to like, let's get our blogs and let's get ranking, all that stuff. Well, the maintenance is once it's done, you don't have to do much on it. And then just change the year. So, and I looked at, oops, whoops, this screenshot, sorry, clicked on it. And I need to go in and change it to a 2025. And so those are something that is like my yearly maintenance is to go in on my websites and just the top performing blog posts, go and turn them current. And this is what the search engines like to see. You can also change like a couple words. Even my words on things are like, last updated, and I have a screenshot of that. So like you can say originally published such and such, last updated, add a comma somewhere. Perfect, it's updated. And so this is why using blog posts generally will rank much higher than just the homepage. And you can see here the one that's ranking above me, and you kind of even tell on the other one, is it's not their homepage that's being found. And so as you start to have these goggles on when you're doing this research, or even just normal Google searches, you'll start to notice it now, is a lot of times it's never a homepage that's coming up. It's an article or it's a sub page. And so that's part of the reason and the strategies that we get found. And the other side too is that when we have those done, the computer knows that that's usually more current. That once somebody makes their homepage, it'll stay like that for a few years, and that's a static. And so instead, it likes to rank certain way of things that are going to be more current information. So that is one of your things, is using blog posts is the way that you can get the free search and the keywords. There's different ways and things that we put into the blog post to make them rank, though just using blogs alone instead of making pages on your website will get you ranking a whole lot faster, friends. And then doing the same thing with YouTube. YouTube is another search aspect. It's also owned by Google. And so having the sentences and the phrases that people are looking for is how you can also help not only your own website, it'll find the video. So there's ways that they talk to each other. So you can take your video, put it on your website, and then as people are finding the video, boom, they're also taken over to your website. So those are just ways, and it gives your website credibility by hosting videos that's getting traffic. And then once again with this, so these are okay. For titles, they probably won't do much with them because there are templates and things like that, so it's clear. Though to get traction and visibility, what we really are looking at nowadays is about the key phrases that they're searching for. So we have SEO, search engine optimization, and now we have AEO, answer engine optimization. So that's what you could say A for answer. I mean, that's what it is, though it's also A for AI. So it's how do you make sure that the AI can find you? And this is a way to be utilizing YouTube in order to do that. So have the phrases that people are looking for online be in your YouTube videos. And you can use all sorts of great AI software, like there's CapCut or Descript, things like that, to make certain, or Opus Pro. So those are ways to be able to take your longer videos, make shorts, and all of those shorts can be having the key phrases that people would be looking for. So, and then the extra side of that is make sure then that your description is fully optimized. Do you have your lead magnet to capture the email address? Do you have products that they could buy, like passive products, things like that? YouTube and blogs are one of the only place on the internet that loves lots of links. Most else's, it's like limit your links or no links. YouTube, blogs, lots of links, please. People love those. Okay. So just some awesome ways to make money blogging. So there's the ways that we've talked about with these different things, and there's lots of things. So all of these are ways that you can just be using this form of a web page. Instead of a static website, you use a blog page, and you can do all sorts of neat things with it. And then one of the things that we want to look at, and you're going to see here, is you say, oh, well, I want to get something up. I want to sell something that I have. And so here's an example, and then I'll show you the software that's free that you can do it with. This is an example of one of my very first blog posts, and it ranked really well just from images. So this is one thing I did a good job on a blog post, and this one still makes me money to this day, and I've gotten paying clients from it. So it's not just, oh, okay, I might make, a little cheap sale. It's getting people in the door for free. You may or may not get sales or low cost sales. And then they want the higher end packages. And this is where, even if you're, quote, trading time for dollars, you didn't have to do things for leads. Most people are tied to this, oh my gosh, I have to pay money for ads, or I have to, give money away with affiliates or something outside of themselves in order to get leads. And this is the way that you can be autonomous and be self generating all of these things. And people are just finding you. And that's the great thing with the searches and or with blogs. There's something new that's out, just throw another blog post up. It all is compounding, making more greatness for you. Also, I guess the disclaimer is it's free. Like, however, if you're using a software, generally it's going to have blogs, so you're not paying extra on it. Or you can go get a free blog, like WordPress.com will just give you a free blog, or maybe it's WordPress.org. Anyways, WordPress will give you free ones. There's other free sites out there, so there's no excuse to not be utilizing it. Though there's one of the things that we're going to be looking at is how can you be using these blogs and then be making our sales lead magnet capture mechanisms. So these are kind of like your free advertising that gets you the traffic. And so knowing that they're the key to be found, I have just some ways, and you can see this is examples of this would be a very high competition keywords. Well, who's ranking top is actual blog posts. So one thing that you can start to look for, just doing your own research on anything out there, is when there's dates, that's a great sign that it's a blog post. There's other ones, like they can be doing it too. Though anytime you see that date next to it, you automatically know, oh, it's a blog article. So you'll start to see them and notice them all around there. And then things like this is choosing, and these are the keywords and phrases that looking up the different things. And so this is like, okay, so one person is outranking my business on this one, though it's a blog thing. And this was one that I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that was ranking. So you might be very surprised and realize, oh, I didn't update something. So be searching for yourself with different words, different phrases. Whatever you want to be known for, search your brand and search your keywords, and sometimes be shocked at what comes up. And then oh, you need to go update it. So that's just the big thing in seeing what your own profile is coming up with. And then when they click on it, are they finding it? I did a consult with someone just the other day, and I was like, oh, your website's ranking, when you're doing a search on your own thing. And they're like, oh no, that's not my current website, that's my old website. And so they realized their current one wasn't even visible, though anybody doing a search for them is going to be now seeing an old website. So these are just things to be mindful of. And some of the things that we go through on like an audit with you all is a deep dive and like what's actually going to generate those leads passively for years to come. I mean, this one, like that's still ranking 5 years later, which is really great. And and I did it a few years before that even. So those are just updated ones. So they can always get better. And it works. So this is what you can see when somebody goes on here. Then they submit a quote. That's just how I've run it. It's a very passive system that I've set up. And you can see like this is where I'm just doing, instead of listing my services on a page, I list them on a blog page, and that's why they're ranking. And then just come in, update that. So I definitely will, I probably have updated it because this is an older slide. So anyway, that's just the thing, to set a calendar reminder, update your pages, in January every year, and you'll be very set. And you can see to this, this part, this is how many forms are actively coming in. Like, people see my party business and just, these are people that want to work with me. Very cool. I just had a corporate client pay the other day. Like, that's an ideal client. They're going to have lots of events, and I didn't even know or talk to them until I saw the payment come in. So that's, there you go. So it's like very cool. This stuff is still working, and it's just letting you know, like, these are the things that you can be doing and having success online. Wave, if you are taking payments that are under like $2,000 at a time, you can get a free Wave account and accept money right off the bat. So that's something really cool. With my like other businesses, I went to get Wave, and then as soon as I was doing higher transaction sales, they're like, no, you have to pay for a different account. So anyway, just something to let you know of. The other thing, this is where I was going to show you, is I've done with this template. This is one of my very first ones. Is I made the blog post, and then from the blog post, oh, you can see I ranked with the images. So there's some cool stuff that we do with that. Though then I had this offer where they could buy it. And so this is where, sorry, it kind of skips around a little bit, though this is a web archive. So if you've never used this before, you can go see what it looks like a long time ago. So this is why the images sometimes don't show when you're on this time machine. Though I added it to cart. And so what you can do is use this thing called Gumroad, and I have lots of different Gumroad accounts. And so then that way you have this free account, doesn't cost you anything, and you can start to sell templates or subscriptions or products that you actually, even physical products to mail. So if you're like, oh, I want to sell things, I want to do these things, and you don't have that, Gumroad is a great resource to be able to do that. So that was some of the juicy things to show you. And then, yeah, I just wanted, oops, I think I'm still spotlighted. Is to make sure. So with that, there's just so many different things that you can do. So there's no excuse to, all of these things are completely free that you can use. And the other thing that I wanted to show you, it's not free, though it's a really cool asset, is a content plan to be able to show you how to get these blog posts done pretty quickly. So I've been will show you, just hang on, I have to get the different screen up, and then I will do that. And if anyone has any questions or anything backstage, feel free to pipe in while I'm getting this up. It's slow to log in. I'm like, I have to double click on all of these things. So sorry, and bear with me. I will almost be able to show you and share my screen. I think it's like I'm sharing screen. I have a camera. All of this stuff has been going. So I'm like, let me just hold on. I had a code to start it. I'm so sorry for that delay. Oh, brother. Sorry, friends. I hate making you wait, though if I don't have it, so just, sorry. I'm almost there. Oh, oh, brother, I'm so sorry. I'm like, where's my coupon code? I'm like, I had it. Oh my gosh. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Trying to search, and I'm sorry. Okay. I, maybe I, oh, okay. Now it worked. Okay, perfect. Okay. It should be able to. Swear I put in the thing. Okay. Okay. Now I can share. Thank you for bearing. Okay. So I officially got my free trial of Vocable. So this is an AI platform, and I've demoed this a little bit, and I was just waiting until I had time to activate it. So this is something really neat that I will now be able to play around with some more. And the neat thing is, like, there's some ways that you can get a free month too. So talk with me, and we'll get you in there. Okay, so now that I have my free month, I will go ahead. I think I have some old content plans that I've been playing with before. So let's just see. Make sure live streaming is good. Okay, cool. Yes, it is. Okay. So for this one, this is one that I actually was doing as a demo with one of my students. And so this was looking at all sorts of blog post ideas and different types of content. So as we just talked about, and you saw how to be ranking online, and you're like, oh, I need a blog in order to be getting our free traffic and ranking #1 on Google. This is where we can actually use this vocable in order to do this. So I'll do a walkthrough at a later time, though, just to show you that there's ways that you literally just can enter in your website or enter in someone's website that you admire, and then it'll generate content for it. So let's just go ahead here. We can click on our blog post. This is how the AI works. So it'll come up with the topics, and we've got a description, the keywords, all of these sort of things. If you want more, like, actually, we would like a 1,500 word. Let's see if it'll work. And I think we have, let's see. Oh, that's if you're assigning it, which is really cool. You can assign it to VAs and things like that. We'll just say target audience. We'll just say women. I don't know, over 25. Okay. So update brief. Let's just see. Okay. So then we say that, and then it'll write an actual blog post for us. So yes, you can use this with other AI as well. It's just pretty darn cool, all the stuff that it can do right here. It'll generate your plan. Da, 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 da. We've got an entire blog post coming about. So the big question will say, can it do the 1,500 words? That's what we want for our SEO purposes. And this, I just want to see in looking at these, it's supposed to be SEO done. Especially because I have the trial of like the pro plan. So it's, hey, well, this is going for a while. So I'm guessing it's doing the, 1,500 words. Though what we see these titles like The Waning Moon, The Sacred Art of Emotional Release. Those are nice titles, though, in this new day and age where we want to be having AEO, getting the AI engines to find us. Ironically, that's not as well how they're going to find us. So if we can make our headings match the search titles that people are looking for. So this is where I'm getting some great information. I can copy this, then go throw it into another AI and then say, can you optimize this? And that aspect of things. Oh, there we go. So it looks like we'll see if what we can edit here. Let's see. Wow, I asked for 1,500 words. It gave 2,400. That's pretty cool. Content score. Let's just see. Accessibilities. Okay. Well, that's funny. It ranks it, but it did it itself. Okay, so SEO is coming soon on this platform. And that's what I've noticed. There's a lot of coming soon elements. It's a newer AI, which is really cool. Um, so I wonder if I redid stuff, if it would change it. So let's just see. So I'm going to copy it. Can I copy? Ooh, that's kind of not fun if I'm not able to copy. Save as export. Let's just see. Export as. I wish it would just let us copy. Ugh, and I don't like documents as much. Let's just see if I do copy. Since it didn't, I'm going to actually hit the file or the edit copy in the browser. We'll just see if it works. I'm going to pop over now. We'll just go to Gemini. And say, hi, I need you to add SEO to this blog. And then it should definitely have more, details than this sort of stuff. However, this just gets you the idea of how you can edit and tweak. And generally, it still needs a human element. Though I need you to add SEO headings to this blog post. Please optimize it for my target audience of women over 25. And definitely add more details. I'm just keeping it basic for this demo. Though we're going to paste it in. Oh, yes, it works. Okay. And then we'll see how they reformat the titles. There we go. So let's see if this matches with it. So understanding, oh, that's interesting. Understanding how the moon impacts your emotional wellness. So here's what we want, connecting your emotional journey. So these are okay, though I still feel like for us, when we go and say, let's just grab these, are these the actual words that people are searching for? So I would say how to align emotions. That might be better. So, oh yeah, I'm going to break my own rule and not do incognito just because I'm going to have to reshare if I do that. So we'll just say, okay, because I've never searched for this before, so it's pretty generic. Though just typing this in, we can see what comes up. So you're going to see like the method, that might be a page. It also might be written as a blog page. Ooh, right here, do you see that those which are actually higher up and reference points from the AI, those are blog pages. So as we want to make sure our blog pages are matching the AI, this right here is AEO at work. So, and just like I was thinking, maybe people are going to say how to, this is the article, how to work with the moon phases. So this is what they're really looking for ranking. And this is the long-term ranking. Back in like 2013, when I was first doing this stuff, like there wasn't as much, competition. There weren't as many websites. You just would use a few keywords and get found really easily. Now it's like the actual phrase you want to be doing and what are people searching for with the AI generated. So boom, these work. So guides, how to, those kind of things, dates, boom, they're blog posts. And so then videos. So remember using those things, and I don't see any videos that say like how to align your emotions. So this would be something, if you wanted to rank for it, then make some videos and shorts and YouTube titles that say that. So that's a good way. Oh, look at this blog post, blog post. There is a product, so someone's product can rank. So that's the other ways that we want to make sure our keywords and phrases are also in our product descriptions if we have that online. So those are great. Oh my gosh. Well, a podcast is kind of almost like a blog post as far as it's something new. It has a date. So boom, there's more examples of all blog posts. So all of these are ranking. And so these are something like if this is what the person wants to rank for, perfect, then we go forward in that. The other thing I want to look for, and that's interesting, this one doesn't even have the what people also ask section. So that's an indication, although you can rank, there's probably not a lot of people that are searching for it. Or this is where we need the how to align. There we go. See how these are coming up with suggestions? So align, we'll just say with the moon. And then, so there, once again, I'm guessing those are blog articles of their reference. There's someone's blog. So category is another thing for blogs. So those are in there. And then the people also ask. So these are where you can use them as the topics for the blogs that you write, the videos that you do. These are how to rank. So answer those questions, make it verbatim. So the computer that it's smart, though it's very literal. So make your words match exactly. And then the computer says, oh, I can make this person so happy because it matches. So there we go. You do these things, you will 100% be getting more of that free leads traffic, looking like an expert in your field, and having that free visibility no matter what you're doing. So I'm so excited to share all of these good things with you. In one of my other videos I'll record, I'm going to be getting my affiliate for Vocable. So that's something exciting that then I can just be sharing the link, and then people can say, oh, I want this AI software too. And that's more affiliate or commission. So these are all the different ways I can do a blog post, or ideally more than one blog post, because then Google really looks at you like you're an expert. So if I made a few videos around Vocable and things like that, these are just real worlds, and you can see, oh, wow, I share something, I have a link. It works in your world too. You share things that you like, make your link, find affiliate things for stuff that you like. Like personally, I love my all natural deodorant that I get from Europe. I can have an affiliate link for that and make money. So these are all the different ways that you can get more of this passive income and go from there. So we'll be backstage now with our grads, or for anybody who has a section with us, you can come back in the back And I look forward to seeing you. If you want my eyes on your business, reach out and send me some messages, and we can make more of that financial freedom and joy in your business and look at where we can close those gaps to get you recurring income for years to come. Okay, friends, I will